right, Raymond found us. Let's go. All right, we'll wait a minute for people to get on. Giants, get a grip 2. 1 open spot. I don't want to play it. Who wants to play it? Come on, somebody grab it. If you want to play in the get a grip 2, there's 1 open spot. Sean. Suggested price is $60. Willing to take a deal on it. If you want to play it, let me know. I guess we could run the base right now while we're waiting. Why not? Let's run the base, see who wins all the base before the break even starts. Let's do that. Because I can tell you right now, if the Sean spot wins the base, it might even be an easier sell. Let's run the base. Why not? And that way you guys can get the names of the base winners. You just leave them there and write them from to there. Julie can reach that. And remember, you don't need to spell out their middle names, last names all the way through. Just I'll tell you the name, and if we have a duplicate of the same first name, then I'll tell you. But probably won't happen. Let's go, Lewis. Uncle Lewis, let's do it. We're going to give away the base first to start the break. That way we can be organized and announce who gets the base every time we're ripping through these packs. Let me look at my rules real quick. I think it's the base. 8 packs worth of base as we go, just as we go. So here we're going to announce the winners of the base right now. 42 entries, winners of the base. Giants 2. All right, here we go. Hey, Shay. Hey. All right, let's go. Let's do the winners of the base before we get ripping. Can somebody tag Brienne? Brienne was just asking if we're breaking this stuff. And yes, Brienne, we are. All right, here we go. 42 entries. Up top is Alligator. That's Jason Glenn. And down below is Mario. Mario Speedwagon. If anyone would be willing to do some tags for me, that would be awesome. It's true, Lewis, it's true. Let's see, Mario Gallego right there. If somebody could tag Mario, that would be awesome. Just looking for customers that are kind of new to my breaks. Brent Shane, if somebody could tag Brent Shane. By the way, Sean's still open. You can grab it now before I announce that Sean's going to win the base. I would accept $40 for it right now. Sean, careful on the tips. It shakes the whole deal. Let's see. I'm going to finish. Ofer, right there. If somebody could tag Ofer, that would be awesome. Ofer. And let's see. Keller, Sean. Yep. There we go. Everybody else should be on. All right, let's do it to it. Here we go. Winners, top, I think it's top 9 get the base, right? 8 packs. I think that works out to the correct amount. 369, yes. Every box would be 3 winners, so that's 9 winners. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. This is for the base, for break 1. 8 times around the world. Don't start writing names down until I announce the winners. Remember last time you guys started writing on every spin. Robert Davis in the lead. Raymond Jones. that's what you guys did last. You're like, oh, what did all these names? Michael Dowkey. Brienne.
But on Depop, people are searching for exactly what
Sean and the winner and the champion of the top 9 goes to... it looks like Brent Shane, Michael Dowkey, Donnie Moffitt, Shay Sable, Danielle, Glenn Brunt, Danielle, Robert Davis, and Angelo all scoop and score some base right there. Those are your base winners for break 1. All right. So, Brent, MD, Donnie, Donny, Shay, Phantom, GB, Phantom, Bob, Angelo. Those are your winners of base. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. All right, let's do the break now. So first up is Brent Shane getting the base from box 1. Let's get it. And some spots did include cells. So let's go. Jason Glenn, here is your cell for box 1. I went with a little bit oversized top loaders because they just fit so much better. This is your cell for Jason Glenn on the alligator. It included the cell. And the other one that included the cell, Charlotte Webb, right there. That goes to Lewis. Lewis, you also get a cell on your spots. So you two have already hit on your spots. So, so on a post-it, put Jason G, and this one is Lewis on a post-it. Okay, let's get after it. Here we go. This won't work. This won't work. I'm just gonna, any upper hits, I'll stack up here. We'll do a hit review at the end of the party. Ooh, doggies, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Get my gloves on. Did, who was the other tag there? So Brent Shane, Mario Gallego. Let's see if it lets me do it. Nope, it won't let me tag on here. There's Mario. Okay, good. Mario, you're on. And then who else is kind of new to my breaks? Ofer, O-F-I-R, Ben Yakov. If somebody can see if they can find that tag, Ofer, O-F-I-R. And for whatever, Brienne, did you find us? Brienne's not new to my breaks, but she's having trouble finding us for some reason. If somebody could tag Brienne, that would be good. Oh, you did? I don't. Okay, Sean. No, here's your APs. Here are the APs for this week. You got an Atom Bomb. You got an Atom Bomb. And you got a Nasty Nick right there. Those are your two. Atom Bomb and Nasty Nick on the APs. You got one of each. Not bad, not bad. Each week you'll get one of each that you stay on. Each week. Boom. Each week you stay on, Mario, you get one of each on those. Yes. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Brienne's still looking for us, though. She must be looking for us on Whatnot. We're not on Whatnot, Brienne. We're not on Whatnot. I just go boom. All right, here we go. Let's get it. Box 1 of 3. We'll do this for 10 weeks, and at the end of 10 weeks, we're gonna give away a sealed box of Get a Grip 2. Each week, I'll do the base at the beginning, so that way everybody knows who's getting the base. Today's base winners: Brent, Michael Dowkey, Donnie, Shay, Mrs. Phantom, Glenn Brunt, Mrs. Phantom, What About Bob, and Angelo gets in on the base action. So here we go. So those names can also go on the boxes. They're all gonna go in there, because that's probably the best way to store those. More than likely, I'll ship like every 3 to 4 weeks on this product. As you accumulate base and hits, I'll ship that way for you guys. These are heavy mofos. Here we go. First time seeing these bad boys. That is an empty box right there. Okay. Boom. Wow. Yeah, this is my first time opening a Giants. Looks like you tear down right there. Let me put my gloves on and let's go. Let's go. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Boom. Next up after this will be Digi Hour, and I'll do some Giants during Digi Hour. We'll also do Valentine's, any of the Sapphires, 2 through 5, and of course 40th anniversary. All right, let's see how these open up. Boy, first time ripping. Just wanted to see if they can rip nice, and they don't. Wow, there we go. Strip it down the middle. Wow, it's like a blanket. Crazy. The wrapper is probably about a quarter of the weight. All right, we got a 220 out of 250. 220 out of 250. Bear with me as I learn about this product and figure out how I want to handle it. Okay, so that looks like a standard base card. Standard base card. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but is this also? No, a 61 out of 75. Okay, Slosh Josh, first hit in the break, 61 out of 75, and they're not numbered on the card. So I'm just gonna, it's alphabetical, so I just go down as I'm.
Are you the kind of person who knows things?
No, I don't know shit. So stop talking to me right now. Get out of here. Get out of here, commercial. All right, Slosh Josh. This first hit in our break goes to Adam Marks. Adam Marks there. So these are, you're just gonna go on the hits. You can just put them in alphabetical order because that's how they are. There's not numbers. They didn't number these. So that's a 61 out of 75 going to Adam Marks. See what you can do with that. And it looks like we got a 220 out of 250, and we already know that's a 10th series. A 10th series wrapper going to John Duncan. So in the first pack, we got 2 hits. Holy cow, this is going to be a lot of sleeving and top loading. Let's go. This is John Duncan on the 10th series wrapper. What'd you think? Did it go in? You had to go big?
Yeah, I had to go
Okay, so move those out of the way because we're not going to use those. And then, yeah, a little trick here. Just open it. Just put your finger in. Boom. And just open it up. And yeah, it should go in. It might wind up you might have to put your finger in and push it down the middle. Yeah. And I don't know if it'll be a 1 or a 2 or not. If it's a 2 or you pull it out, put them both in the same time and see. Okay, that's hit number 1. So that goes in, and these will go last. Wrappers go last. So that'll be basically, look at this like a Z, the last letter. Okay, that was pack 1. And then Chloe, you could do it's the comic book bags.
Yeah.
This would be a base for Brent Shane. So you could set it up this way. We're just getting organized here as we're figuring this out. So Brent Shane gets the first 8 packs. So this, and you just put a sticky on there. I don't care how you rip the bag, Chloe. Okay. All right, so first 8 packs. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here we go. All the base here go to Brent Shane. He is the winner of base. Okay, I don't understand that rippage there. That doesn't make any sense. Let me stick to this. By break 10, I'll have these figured out. Trust me. This might be an easier way of doing it. Yeah, that's gonna be we're gonna have to rip them. I'll get it figured out. All right, here we go. We got a 57 out of 250. 57 out of 250. It's original or snot balls. Okay. 57 out of 250. Here we go. Erie Eric. And that is your all new Series 2 wrapper. So that goes to John Duncan. And that is a 57 out of 250 for JD. And then, what do we have in store here? Reveal the hitty. Come on, Scott. All right, that is a Stoned Sean. That's a cool card. That's a 42 out of 50. I'm liking the gold. I'm liking the gold. That is badass. Stoned Sean. Who's on the stoner? Victor Barraza. Victor gets the Stoned Sean Award. Let's go. So you think just one per, or you think you get two in?
I can get two.
Okay. You see how they fit? It'd be like you'd want them to line up like that.
Okay.
So now you got two wrappers. Those both go to the same guy.
These both go to the same guy?
Yes. Remember I said wrappers are a Z. Let's make them the last one. All right, here we go. Stone Sean. That's a 42 out of 50, and that goes to Victor. So while he's doing that, Chloe, or you can. So, all right, Erie Eric. This is a base. So, Chloe, that goes with your. Where's your base at for?
My base set is
Okay, so that just goes in there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we're getting dialed in. 3 of us here figuring this out. We'll get it. We'll get it. All right, all these base cards here go to Brent. The hits go to the spot players. Every week I'll randomize the base, and you get 8 packs worth of base. Looks like we got a 31 out of 100 on the back. Okay, 31 out of 100. Here we go. Base card looks like it's always going to be on the top. And then a Max Axe. And then we get a Brett Vet. Nice. So it looks like 2 hits per pack. Wow. 14 out of 25 on the Max Axe. That's Jeremy spoken. Jeremy, you just got a bad boy. 14 out of 25 on the late pickup there. And then we got a Brett Vet. Brett, how did that go, Chloe? By the way, the double up on the wrapper.
It's just kind of a little bit. So if you
No, that's the what's crinkled is the
penny sleeve.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That's fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Okay, a 31 out of 100. 31 out of 100. Brett Vet.
It takes only 2 minutes to heat up. No
And Brett Vet goes to. Let's go. And that is. Where's Brett Vet? Not there. Brett Vet. Sean Barbs on the Brett Vet. Brett Vet, that goes to Sean Barbs. All right, and the base card for Chloe. So these just go in the bag on the base. So as you get better with the double ups, if there's no yellow showing on both sides, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut them. Here we go. This is just easier this way. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, 24 out of 50 on the back end. On the front, it is Brett Vet base. 2 hits per Alice Island. Alice Island, this goes to Robert Davis. And then my favorites are the golds. Losing Faith. Love the Goldilocks. This is out of 100, 88 out of 100. Alice Island. That goes to What About Bob? And then Losing Faith. 24 out of 50 on the Losing Faith. And that goes to Michael Mooney with the that would be a fun set to build right there. Those golds. That would be pretty sweet. That probably is doable too. That's a base card. Here we go. 25 out of 100. Let's see what's on the front. Max Axe is the base. And all the base for the first 8 packs go to Chloe. Secondhand rose. What's up? Yeah, how many do you think are going to fit in a bag? Okay, good. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's what I wanted. I like those bags already. All right, secondhand rose. This is Robert Lambert. Ooh, a Bony Tony. 19 out of 75 on the secondhand rose goes to Robert Lambert. And then Bony Tony, 25 out of 100. Bony Tony. And that goes to Gizmo, I believe. I believe that's the Gizmo. Yes, it is. Jason Glenn. If anybody wants to play Bony Tony, this spot will be open next week. It will be open next week. Everything good?
Yeah.
Getting a little operation going? And you can stack in alphabetical, like maybe 3 stacks. A through G, you know, that if it gives you space on the table.
You want me to sort by card color stuff? Or just
No.
alphabetical doesn't matter?
Just alphabetical. They all go to the same, each letter. Alligator. It's just, you gotta wrap your head around no numbers is all. That's all. All right, here we go. Dale Snail. So that's a base for Chloe. Dale Snail and another goldie. Snooty Sam. Dale Snail is 75 out of 100. Who's on the Dale Snail? Let me take a look. Dale Snail is Eric Carlson gets a Dale Snail in his life. Wow, it looks like everybody's gonna get hits. I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of top loaders and penny sleeves for these bad boys. 42 out of 50, 42 out of 50, Snooty Sam. That's a sweetheart right there on the snooter. It's a rare break that you get very few base cards and everybody's getting hits, so that's kind of fun. So this should be at the end of the break. Everybody's getting a bunch of hits. Should be, because that's how it's going. All right, we got a 144 out of 250, and that's a wax pack. All right, Barfin Barbara. Let's just get to the wax packs. It's 11th series. Junk Food John right there. John, you got an 11th series pack. So that goes to John. And how about a Barfin Bart? That is a base card for Chloe. And then we got a Distorted Dot. 77 out of 100. 77 out of 100 on the Distorted Dot. Let's go. Here we go with that. Distorted Dot. All right, this is the end of the base for, this is the last pack for base for Brent, right? Okay, this is it for you, Brent. So it looks like you get 8 base cards on the slot that you win. Another wax pack. We got a Bruce Lee. And that's a 12th series wax pack going to John Duncan, 170 out of 250. That is John on that one. And then a base card. That's the final base for Brent, and he gets put away. And then next up is Michael Dowkey on the base. So that would just go in a box with his name on it, Brent Shane. And then we move on to, hang on a second. Let's get, Chloe, let's get Brent. You got a pen, put just little writing, Brent Shane on there, and then put it in a box, and then seal it up and put that behind you, and we'll just do a reverse stack, if that makes sense. Okay? That way that you're not getting stacked up on base. Here it is, Croak and Colin. This is a 13 out of 75 on the Croak and Colin. Who's playing the Croakster? That is Lance. Getting a Croak and Colin in his life. Nice, Lance. Here we go. Yep, just a reverse stack on those. Okay, next up is Michael Dowkey. Michael Dowkey on the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there. All right. This is the middle of the box right now. Middle of the box. Let's see. So, you ready for base with Michael Dowkey? Okay. Here we go. Let me get my music back on.
Well, here, Patriot Software's founder, my dad.
I told Chloe and Julian we're gonna figure this out on the fly, and we're getting there. We are getting there. Here is a wrapper for John Duncan, and we've got a 9th series wrapper for JD. Nice John on that one. And then we've got ourselves what appears to be a Slosh Josh Adam Marks on the 62 out of 75. Right there. And Chloe, there's your base card. First base for MD. All right. These are very cool, very thick, very sturdy, very unique. First time putting my hands on these giant bad boys. All right, let's get a booger, a snot booger. All right, a 33 out of 50 on the back end. Let's see what's on the front end. Ooh, it's my favorite, the Goldilocks. Hippie Skippy. Hippie Skippy right there. That is Ophir. Ophir, get Ophir it right there on the Hippie Skippy. Nice Ophir. And then we got ourselves a 15th series, 37 out of 250. Okay, so they put the wrapper in the middle that time. They put the wrapper in the middle. 37 out of 250. Alrighty then. Just learning about these right now. They are pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Let's get a red. Let's get a red. So we can get so the warp speed out of 100, tripping out of 75, gold tooth out of 50, nevermind out of 25, 3D cube and blood red and booger slime we haven't seen yet, and we haven't seen a 1 of 1 of wax. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, nice. They put them in different order. Another Goldilocks, Formaldehyde, and a base card, Swollen Suellen. Formaldehyde, that's out of 50, 29 out of 50. Who got the Formalda? Formalda goes to Glenn, got the brunt of that one. Nice, I like how they did that one. All right, a base card for Michael Dowkey, and another one for 174 out of 250 going to John Duncan. So that is a base card. Let's go. Let's keep on rocking in the free roll. Next up on the base is Creekbed Donnie. Donnie gets the next round of base. All right, another wax pack. Swollen Suellen. And a Toothless goes to Angelo. There's the base. That is a wax pack for John 12 series. 171 out of 250 goes to JD. And we get a 50 out of 75 goes to the mighty one, Angelo. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. All right. Now I'm a little less overwhelmed. The very beginning, I was like, what the heck am I doing? But now I'm getting the hang of it. Now I'm getting, at least there's not sketches and plates in here. Then it'd really throw me off. All right. We got a out of 100. And so I'm guessing a wrapper is going to be in here. An Alien Ian. Who got that bad boy? That one's sweet. Mario. Scoops and scores an Alien. Nice, Mario. And that is out of 49 out of 50 goes to Mario. Green Dean. 79 out of 100. 79 out of 100 on the Green Dean. That is going to Kenneth Salmon. All the hits are penny sleeved and top loaded. The base cards will not be. Those will be put in a comic bag with a backer. Is what I got for those. I am using oversized penny sleeves and top loaders because I talked to some other breakers that said, Scott, if you go 5x7, they are tight. The penny sleeves are too tight. The top loaders are super tight. So I'm just going a little bit oversized. You can put them into whatever thing you want to put them in. That's a base card. You can put them into whatever you want to once you receive them, but that's how I'm going to ship them to you, is penny sleeved and top loaded on the hits. And all the wrappers will also be penny sleeved and top loaded. All right, here we go. Barfin with Barbara Bush right there. And we got a 26 out of 100. Nobody did claim the Shore and Sean. I guess I'm playing Shore and Sean and somebody wants to play it. If anybody wants to play Shore and Sean, it's still for sale. Nobody sent me a DM for that one. 26, I kind of forgot. 26 out of 100. 26 out of 100. Hollywood. That is a 63 out of 75 on that one. Who's playing the Barfin Bart? Barfin Bart is... that's Ashley getting that Barfin Bart, and now Hollywood. Hollywood is played by Robert F. DeFinis right there, getting a 63 out of 75. And then Chloe, a base card. All right, we're about to say goodbye to Michael Dowkey. This is the end of your base. Next up is Donnie Moffitt after this these last 2 packs here. That is an out of 100. And a Shorn Sean, that is a base card Shorn Sean, so that goes to over there. But we have a Shorn Sean side.
This is a new one.
Yeah. All right, Sean has been claimed. Sean has been claimed. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Foul Raul.
Give me seaweed. Light, crispy,
Foul Raul. That is a 62 out of 75 on the foul one.
taste adventure. Woohoo! Yep.
On the foul one. Foul Raul, 62 out of 75. That's Phantom. Late claim there by Phantom. Foul Raul. Mr. Phantom GPK. How about a Hollywood again? This time out of 100. Hollywood. Boom. All right, final pack for Michael Dowkey, and then Chloe. We move on to Donnie after this pack. So if you have a box ready for MD, and then we can put his base away. All right, we got a wrapper. We got a wrapper. And the wrapper is 23 out of 250 on the wrapper, 6 series wrapper. And then we got a turned on Tara. Shea knocking down a 9 out of 25. Nice, Shea. 9 out of 25. And then Michael Dowkey, your last wrapper right there. That goes to MD as the wrapper. All right, wow. These are exhausting. These are exhausting. 3 boxes is not an easy feat. I'm already getting tired just doing the first box, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Let's find some big hitties right here. Big hitties. These all go to Donnie. All the base cards here go to Donnie. All right, here we go. Green Dean. 12 out of 75 on the green one. I'm going to have to get used to who's playing where. That's Kenneth. Salmon right there, Kenneth. Nice. And then the Dale Snail, of course. 74 out of 100 on the Dale. And that's AC Delco, Eric Carlson. And then Donnie with the base card. Base card to the right. Now I see why they call these things bags. I see why they call them bags. Let's go. Holy cow, I'm sweating over here. These things, by the way, are not light. These are not light. Oh, I saw green and I got all excited. That's a 3rd series wrapper. 64 out of 250 on the 3rd series wrapper. Lips Like Sugar. Larry Lips. 19 out of 100. 19 out of 100 right there. And then the base card for Donnie. All right, let's see here. Just when you thought we were running out of that stuff. Okay. Here we go. These we are only on box 1. Wow, Digi Hour's gonna have to wait.
All of those boxes?
3 boxes today. Yeah, just 3 today. No, we're not doing all of them. All right, here we go. Ninth series wrapper out of 250. 9th series wrapper. Base card for Donnie. Oh, wait. And then a Shorn Sean out of 75, 63 out of 75. Larry Sanders with the Shorn Sean. Late pickup. He knew it was coming. He knew it. He knew it. All right, let's keep on going. All of these base here for this round are going to Creek Bed Donnie. All right, here we go. Out of 100 on the back, 33 out of 100. Looks like a base card up top. And then we got a Pat Splat. And an Alien Ian again. That is a 33 out of 100 on the Alien Ian. One of my favorite guys right there. Pat Splat, 11 out of 25. Alien Ian, of course, goes to Mario. And the Pat Splat. Pat Splat right there goes to Danielle on the Pat Splat. Let's go. And then the base card, that's, are we on Donnie, right? Donnie on the base. Ooh, got to wipe the sweat off my brow after we get through box 1. This is a factory right here. Ooh, would you look at that? A green Diener. Green Diener. And a Franken Boots. Green Dean out of 50. 38 out of 50 on the Green Dean. And the Green Dean goes to Kenneth on the Green Diener. And Jeremy Keller on the Franken Boots. 92 out of 100 on the Franken Boots. And of course the base card goes to Donnie. 3 packs left from box 1. Here we go. Three packs left. Let's go. Ooh, a nice little wrapper. A base card. And an Alien Ian again. Let's go. Wrapper goes to John Duncan. 62 out of 250. Alien Ian. Mario Speedwagon on the 5 out of 75. Nice. Alien is cooking. And then a base card goes to Donnie. 2 packs left. Box 1. Out of 250 on the wrapper. Barfing with Barbara. And a Hippie Skippy. Hippie Skippy on that bad boy. Ofer. Ofer on the Hippie Skippy. And the wrapper goes to JD. Let's go. And the base goes to Donnie. All right, here we go. Charlotte Webb kicking it off. And Brett Vett, no wrapper in that one. Brett Vett and Charlotte Webb. Nice. Charlotte Webb is a 18 out of 100. And that goes to Lewis. Knocks down the Spider Insider. Let's go. So that would go next to the Sal card. Those? What did you do with those? Okay, so those can go, they can go together like this. You can take the name off of it and just put it like how you've been doing them. See the spider?
Yes.
Just put it with the spider. Yes, there you go. Yeah, so you just, not to double them up though. Yeah, put it, just stack them on top of each other in alphabetical order. Brett Vett, that is a 67 out of 75 on the Brett Vett. That's Sean Barbs knocking down the Brett Vett. And then the final base card from box 1 goes to Donnie. All right, is it Shay that's up? Okay, Shay, this is your base coming at you now. Box 2, wow, that was a sweat. That was a Brett Vett sweat. Let's go. All right, this is my second box ever opened of GPK Giants, and they are giant and they're heavy. Holy cow! If you've not held a box of these bad boys are heavy. Holy cow!
What did you mean? You add it to
Let me
my.
see.
This one
Look,
for Lewis
look.
is just confusing. Okay, so it does not matter. You don't need to keep track.
See that?
Yeah, that's-
Exact same thing. There's no difference there. They just go like that.
I just thought that.
They go like this.
Yeah.
They go like that. Okay. Or they go like this. And you see that alphabetical? They go in C.
Throw it in there.
Boom, nailed it. Okay. We broke that down and we got through it. We worked through our difficulties and we nailed it. All right. Okay. It is special, but it still goes to the same customer. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, who's this? Shay? All right, you got a box for Shay? All this base goes to Shay. Shay. And Chloe, the other cell, if we hit, we haven't hit it yet, but if we hit the alligator, it'll go with that too. Wow, who opened this pack? Wasn't me. There we go. Jeez Louise. I was just getting the hang of these things and then I go and butcher it. Butcher block. Better be a good card in here. All right, a 55 out of 75. Looks like we got another Goldilocks. Ruby Cube hits. And Losing Faith. That's a base card for Shay. And then this is a 42 out of 50. Losing Faith. Losing Faith. That is Michael Mooney. Ruby Cube. I think our first time hitting 55 out of 75. I believe that's a Shay spot. Ruby Cube. That's Donnie Moffitt. Donnie Moffitt. Why did I say that's a Shay spot? That's a Donnie Moffitt spot. Ruby Cube. Donnie's like, don't give my hit to Shay. She's going to come over and grab that hit because you just said it's mine. They're neighbors. They are neighbors. All right, here we go. Who does all this base go to? Shay? All right. Here we go, Shay. Wait a minute. That looks like, is that 2 base cards? That's a 10th series wrapper. 10th series wrapper. 173 out of 250. And I don't know what's going on here. I think this is the first time we've had this happen. 2 base cards in 1 pack. Let's not do that again. But Shay's like, all right, 2 base cards for me. There you go, Shay. Those are both for you. Here we go. And in store here is a Foul Raul, a Formaldehyde, and it looks like another base card. Okay, now we're doing 2 base cards per pack. 74 out of 75 on the Formaldehyde. Formalda, that's Glenn got the brunt of it. And then 2 base cards again. All right, let's go, let's go. And in this corner, it looks like again with the 2 base cards. Okay, some of them have 2 base, some of them do not. Snooty Sam, Brent Shane, getting a 49 out of 75 and 2 base cards. Boom. So this box is heavy on the base cards. And well, I guess what they did with this box is light on the wrappers for some reason. So some boxes heavy on wrappers, some boxes light on wrappers. I guess that's all I've seen so far. Igloo, that's Brienne knocking down the egg. 92 out of 100 going to Brienne. Let's go, Brienne. And then 2 base again. JD's like, where did my wrappers go? I don't know, JD. I'm sure they'll come back. I'm sure they'll come back to play. But just not in this box. Grim Jim base, 10th series. There's your wrapper. 10th series wrapper. And that is a 172 out of 250 and 2 more base. Boy, Shay, you are loading up on the base. For a time, this is Shay, right?
Yeah, Shay.
Shay, you are loading up on the base. The box 1 didn't have much for base. Wrapper. Shay is scooping and scoring some base here. And a wrapper, a first series wrapper out of 250, 170 out of 250 and 2 base. Shay, you are absolutely loading up on the base. You're getting double the base of what the last box produced. That's interesting. That is interesting. Looks like your base run is over because we got ourselves... No, it's not over. I don't know what to tell you what the rhyme or reason is about how these are sorted, but looks like some of them have 2 base. And that is a 13th series wrapper on the 146 out of 250. And then 2 more base for Shay. Shay, you absolutely loaded up on base. You absolutely loaded up on base. Oh, there's a gap between the packs and here, so I cut about right here. Well, now you're making me think about it, but it's a big gap, so it doesn't see the gap there. It's about a 1/2 inch gap between the where I cut and the cards. Wait a minute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there we go. And this is Phantom on the base for this one. So Shay's put away and boxed up. No. Nope. Okay, Shay, that was your round of base. All right, Brett Vet. They give a good gap there on those. Base is still doubling up. Crokin Colin, 23 out of 100 on the Crokin. Crokin is Lance. and then 2 base right here on the base. And those go to Phantom. Mrs. Phantom, that is. Yeah, I haven't even, see, I haven't come close. See where I'm cutting? And look at the gap down below. You got a 1/4 inch at least on the gap between where I cut and where the cards come out. So good amount. Good amount of space there. Looks like we're still going 2 base. Now we're back to 2 base again. And we got a 6 series wrapper. 133 out of 250 and 2 base. Boy, box 1 was a lot different than box 2. As far as like base goes. So you definitely wanted to be on the base. Boney Tony. Nice scoop and score there. And 2 base. That is a Boney Tony out of 50. 50 out of 50 on the Boney Tony. If anybody wants to play Boney Tony next week, that spot will be open on the Boney Tony. And there is a gold for Gizmo. Gizmo knocking down the gold. Alrighty then, come on baby, get us a red. So we're back to 2 base per. That one just did not want to separate, there we go. And that is a Franken Boots. Oh, we lose a bag?
No, that is just break it.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna slowly put them in and it can't be rigid on them. 53 out of 75, Franken Boots. Franken Boots right there. That's Jeremy Keller. All right, and then we got 2 base cards. Who's getting the base cards here? Phantom? Okay. There we go. And we are off and running. Looks like another Goldilocks. 2 base cards and a Goldilocks. Foul Raul, that's Mr. Phantom right there. 31 out of 50 on the Foul Raul and 2 base. So now we're back to this pretty standard 2 base with this box. And in this corner, we got a base. And we've got a Brett Vett. Nice Bretter. That is Sean Barbs. That's a different one. We haven't seen that one yet. We have not seen that one yet. That is it's a 7 out of 10. Brett Vett going to Sean Barbs. That's the first out of 10 that we've seen. Very sweet. Very sweet. We are still on, by the way, no, we're on box 2. I forgot. That's a 2 out of 25. Nice. We got an out of 10 and a 2 out of 25. So that goes with the cell that you had over there. Alligator on the cell. Or not on the cell, but on the out of 25 and then a base card. So we got 2 hits in that one. And they were nice. Very nice. And this is still Miss Phantom GPK on the base. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Come on, let's get a red ski. We got a base card. And an out of 25. That is a Hippie Skippy base going to Miss Phantom. Oh, nice. Back to back. Ooh, let's go. Alien Ian, 10 out of 10. Holy cow. Let's go, Mario. Let's go. That's an Alien Ian. 10 out of 10. Right there going to Mario. And back to getting 2 hits per pack. We got a Lips Like Sugar. Larry Lips, 15 out of 25. 15 out of 25 on the Larry Lips. And that is Raymond Jones knocking down the Lips Like Sugar. Sugar Kisses. Let's go. All right, we got 1 pack left for Phantom. And then these can do not need to go in a box. They can just go up there. They're going to pick up today. So anything that has Phantom on it can just go up above you there. We're just gonna fillet this fish. Maybe. Boy, I butchered that one. All right, this is the last base for Phantom and Mrs. Phantom. That's a Drew Blood. Drew Blood, and then another base. Drew Blood, and that is a 53 out of 75 on the Drew Blood. And that is Boney Tony and a Peepin' Tom base. And that's a wrap on that base for Miss Phantom. All right, here we go. This is the final 8 for, this is Glenn Brunt. Glenn Brunt getting these. Wait a minute, what's going on here? No.
No?
Just,
You want them here?
yes,
Okay.
just the base goes up there. Remember the bags are fragile, so we don't want to put rigid top loaders in those.
Oh.
Yes, because you're the one that told me that.
Well, no, like these base ones are cutting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they're just
Yeah, so
hard.
just that base stack goes up there,
Okay.
and that's done. A wrap on those. Boom. And now we're on to number 6, and this is Glenn Brunt. Yeah, we'll sort the hits after the break's over. Just the base we're moving on to. All right, here we go. Boom. Here we go. Barfing with Bart. And we got ourselves a turned on Terra. And that is a 54 out of 75 on the Terra. And that is Shay knocking down the Terra. And then it looks like 2 base. And who's getting the base, Chloe? GB? That's Glenn Brunt. Glenn, you got those 2 base cards for you. I am going to have to buy a bunch of more of these penny sleeves. I just wanted to, before I went all in on buying the supplies, I just want to see how these worked out. And I think we're onto something there. Oh, we got a wrapper. Looks like a Series 2 wrapper. All new Series 2 wrapper. And 2 base cards. Back to 2 base again. All new Series 2 out of 250. That goes to John Duncan. And then a couple of base cards. Goes to Glenn Brunt. And it looks like we have a gold coming up. Maybe. No, a wrapper. I would lied. It's a wrapper. It's a 4th series wrapper. 4th series wrapper right there. Out of 250. And then 2 base cards. There we go. Base card. And our hit is going to Miss Phantom GPK Drew Blood on the hit out of 100. Out of 100. All right, this is box number 2. Box number 2. We're on the tail end of box 2, and these base goes to Glenn Brunt out of 75. Looks like we got a double hit pack. Some packs are double hits, some packs aren't. And it looks like a turned on Terra. Turned on Terra again goes to Shay with the gold turned on Terra. And then an Erie Eric. Erie Eric right there. Erie Eric goes to Donnie Moffitt on the Erie Eric out of 75, 51 out of 75, and then a base card for Glenn Brunt. Boom. Shorn Sean on the base. Hollywood. And Erie Eric. 3. That's our first pack with 3 base cards. Wow. I don't know the rhyme or reason to this stuff, but it seems like, have we had 3 hits in one pack? I don't think we have yet. But Glenn just scooped and scored a bunch of base cards. Looks like 2 base cards for Glenn. And then a Duncan Pumpkin out of 100. That's the sweetheart, Duncan. Who gets the Duncan? Duncan, that's John. Well, of course, it's John Duncan getting the Duncan Pumpkin. Why not? All right, and then a couple of base cards headed your way for Glenn Brunt. Last pack, box 2. I'm telling you right now, as a breaker, these are a tad bit exhausting, but we're gonna do it. They're fun and awesome, but holy cow, just not what I'm used to. That's for certain, for squirting. These are not your Chrome or 40th anniversary cards, that's for sure. All right, Green Dean, Stuck Chuck, and a 5th series wrapper goes out of 250, goes to JD. And 2 more base for Mr. Glenn Brunt. And that is a wrap on box 2. No reds or booger greens yet. Come on, baby. Box 3, bring out the booger greens. Let me get a shot of coffee first, though. I almost should do this break first in the mornings. Brianne's like, no, you're not, Scott. All right. That way no, because then I'll be wasted for the rest of the breaks throughout the day. All right, here we go. Box number 3. We'll be back next Saturday, ripping another 3 boxes of these for 9 more weeks. 9 more weeks. Some twists and turns along the way. And then at the end of 10 weeks, one lucky winner is going to walk away with one of these heavy bad boys, one of these heavy boxes of Giant Series 2. And they are heavy. They are some heavy mofos. Empty box. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, who's 7? This is Phantom again. So yeah, after these are done, just bag and put up top there for them. And let's do it to it. Mrs. Phantom GPK, you get the base on this one. And in this corner, we have a base Toothless and a Dale Snail out of 75, 57 out of 75, and 2 base. All right, box 1 was kind of the unique one. Box 1 had it seemed like every pack had 2 hits in box 1. Box 2 and 3 have been pretty well, on average, 2 base per. And there's your 12th series wrapper out of 250. And of course, a couple base. All these base go to Mrs. Phantom. And how we'll do it next week is at the very beginning of the show, we will do the base randomizer and then start the break. It just makes it easier to know who's getting the base as we're doing it. And that is a foul Raul, Mr. Phantom GPK, 42 out of 100, and 2 base cards for Miss Phantom GPK. Ooh, that was a clean one. All right, now we got a Swollen Sue Ellen. Swollen one. Swollen Sue Ellen is Shea Sable on the swollen one. And that is out of 75. Couple base. Out of 75 there. Hey, hi.
Morning.
Basket Casey. Basket Casey, 21 out of 75. Who gets the basket? That's our first hit on the basket. Basket is Shay, knocking down the basket. And another Goldilocks turned on Tara. Tara is turned on. And that would be Shay cleaning up on that one. And then a base card, of course. And who's getting the base on this round? Phantom. All right. And then Bob and then Angelo on the base. Here we go. Here we go. Stacking Rappas. It looks like a Rappa. Looks like a Rappa. It is a wrapper, a 9th series wrapper, and some base. And that's out of 250, goes to JD on that one. All right, Phantom, you got 2 packs left. Mrs. Phantom, you got 2 packs left, and then we're gonna move on to Bob on the base. Looks like another wrapper. It is a 3rd series wrapper. A 3rd series wrapper. And a Dunkin' Pumpkin base. There we go. Alrighty then. We got a gold coming, 13 out of 100. And 2 base. No, that's not a gold. That's out of 100. Bruce Lee. Jeremy Keller. That is a 13 out of 100 going to JK on that bad boy. And then a couple of base cards going to Phantom. And then that's a wrap for Phantom. Now we move on to Bob. What about Bob? You get all the base here, Bob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get a Grip Series 2, licensed by Topps, out of the world variants. Boom. They don't put the year on there though. No year listed on the wrapper. Huh. Wonder if they put the year on the box. There we go. Ah, I left a little lip. I'm gonna butcher this one. Just that copy. Tough wrappers though. Tough wrappers. I'll be working on that. Okay, this is a wrapper for JD. And 2 base. That's out of 250. And that's a 5th series wrapper. And all these base go to Bob. Did we finally get something? Let's see. I think we did. Maybe. There it is. Would you look at that? Formaldehyde, 5 out of 5. We finally scored a red. 5 out of 5 formaldehyde. Took us to the 3rd box. That's a sweetheart. That goes to Glenn. Got the brunt of that one. Glenn, you got a 5 out of 5. First red in the break. And it looks like 2 base cards as well for Bob. All right. Holy cow, that's some Rappas. Let's go. Nice Glenn on that bad boy. First red, Hollywood, and 2 base. And that is out of 100, 83 out of 100 on the Hollywood. And that's going to Robert F. to finish right there. Distorted dot. And for those of you that picked up spots late, the last little bit there, please let me know. I'll put you back on those spots on the price you paid on those last fill spots. If you'd like to stay, just let me know. Just let me know. Boom, Stone Sean. And that is a stuck Chuck. Michael Dowkey knocks down the Chuck. And then another base. That is a 8 out of 100 for MD, and then a couple base for Bob. Robert Davis is getting all these base from slot 8. Slot 9 is Angelo, correct? Yeah, Angelo on slot 9. Base out of 75. I cheated and I saw the Swollen Sue Ellen. Swollen Sue Ellen out of 75. Shay on the Swollen Sue Ellen. And then a couple of base for Bob. Bob's loading up on the base. Call these bags. I don't know. Out of 100. Out of 25. Nice. 54 out of 100. And we got an alligator. That one's going to Jason Glenn and Gizmo. And Ruby Cube out of 100. Let's go. And then a base card, of course. Out of 100 again. And okay, we got a Croak and Collin out of 100, 99 out of 100. That's a base card. And we knocked down a Grim Gem. 1 out of 25. Nice. A 1 out of 25 on the Grim Gem. I think that's our first top card on the 100. On the 1. On the 1 out of 25. All right. We are almost through 3 boxes, and it feels like I'm going to need an ice bath after this. Holy cow. This is a production here with these Giants. Alrighty, then we got a wrapper, a 4th series wrapper, and 2 base cards. That goes to John Duncan out of 250. And then we got a couple base. Alrighty then. Chloe, there's your base. And that is a wrap for Bob. All right, stepping up to the plate is Angelo. Angelo, you get all the base here, my friend. All the base on this. Let me have a shot of coffee though. We still plan on doing Digi Hour, and I will open a box of Giants and do like 5 packs at a time for a Digi break. Probably just do it once today though, probably on the Giants. I do plan to do some Valentines and a 40th box. Digi break will be maybe an hour today, but it will be, we'll go live with it in about 15-20 minutes. All right, Foul Raul, we got a Swollen Sue Ellen. Nice, I love these Goldilockses. That's a base card on the Alligator. Swollen Sue Ellen is a 49 out of 50, and Swollen Sue Ellen, I believe, is Shea. Yes, that's Shay getting the Goldilocks. Nice, Shay. All right. These are all for the Mighty One. All these base cards are for the Mighty One.
You got more top loaders?
That's it.
Okay, I'll start doing these ones back to back then.
Not when we're done, when the show's over. So just from now on, just penny sleeve them, and then we'll get it squared up. Charlotte Webb. And a gold Igloo, 5 out of 50 going to Brienne right there. And then these base go to the Mighty One. Here we go. We got an out of 75. And that is a Barf and Bart, and then we got 2 base cards. Barf and Bart is a 6 out of 75. And here is your base, Pat Splat, and Snooty Sam on the base. And these all go to Angelo. What do we got in store here? A Max Axe. Ooh, a Toothless. Angelo knocks down a 18 out of 100. Nice. Grim Gem and a Max Axe on the base. Get these wrappers out of here. Okay, we're down to the final 4. It's the final countdown. 4 packs left. And I can take a towel. Wipe my brow. All right, here we go. That is an Alligator going to Jason Glenn out of 100. And then we got a couple base cards. Let's go. Hippy Skippy. And a Series 2 wrapper going to JD out of 250. All right, 2 packs left. So far, we got a couple blacks out of 10 and a red out of 3 boxes. There we go. Out of 75, nice. Ooh, a 2-hitter, good. I like that. A Stuck Chuck, Michael Dowkey on the Stuck Chuck out of 50. 27 out of 50, and an Erie Eric, 20 out of 75 on the Creekbed Donnie. Erie Eric there. All right, final pack of box number 3, and we wrap it up with a 83 out of 100. And is there anything on the front? Base card. And the last hit is a Still Jill. Ryan Harris walks away with an 83 out of 100. There you go. And Angela, this is your last bit of base right here. Secondhand Rose and a Brett Vet right there on that. All right, next week I will have it dialed in a little bit better. That was just, wow, what a learning curve as I work through Giants. We got 9 more weeks left to perfect it. I will continue to get this dialed in. The first couple packs I was a little bit of a mess, but I'm starting to figure it out. So next week we'll be back live about the same time, ripping 3 boxes. At the very beginning of the break, I will do at the beginning of the break, I will do the randomizer to see who wins the base, and then we'll go through that way. There will be a few open spots next week, so if you see anything you like, just let me know. We'll get you on there. Otherwise, you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. I will be live in about 15 minutes with the Digi Hour. We plan to do a few packs of Giants, 40th anniversary, Valentine's, and some of the Sapphires. So make sure and tune in for that. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Take care, everybody.